think design 100% tells a story. And Fire Island Pines is one of those places that throughout all of these years, it's maintained its authenticity. From the very, very beginning, my goal was to honor the integrity of that voice. And I really loved that challenge. My name is Drew McGukin. I'm an interior designer in New York City, and this is my home in Fire Island, New York. I bought the original house in 2014. It was a total beach shack. Awesome, rustic, cool, a lot of flavor, but not a very functional home. Like, wow, this is a total weekender. It does not work to live in full-time. We have got to make a change. So my first thoughts about redesigning the house is really adhering to sort of the nomenclature. Like the Pines is all about the contemporary cedar box, and they go back to the 60s, the 70s, and there are all these built-in elements. Everything's wood, there's no sheetrock. And then I also wanted to make the interior something that felt a little bit like a throwback, but living in a modern way. I think it's pretty hard not to walk around the boardwalks of Fire Island Pines and understand what the architectural voice is. It was like nothing that I'd ever seen. So the exterior of the home was really, driven in collaboration with Scott Bromley, the architect. And Scott is a longtime Pines resident, and one of the wonderful things about Scott is he's really been sort of a torch carrier of that like classic Pines architectural style. Hello, how's it going? Good morning.
We've done
I love that.
100 projects up and down Fire Island.
It's incredible.
Right, and yours is one of my favorite. They always say, which is your favorite? I said, the last one I've just finished, but but I've done a couple.
You're only as good as your last job.
Yes, right. We've done a couple more, but I walk by your house and I smile. It makes me smile.
What was the inspiration around building my house?
It's a house after my own feeling about. You don't need a lot of stuff, It's minimal. There's no baseboards. All the doors are the height of the room, and most of the windows are doors. And it was so sleek and neat and tidy.
I think you and I both were like looking for some of those like classic Pines moments, like all the things that we've seen in different old houses and new houses.
Yes.
There's a certain
and wood.
Yeah,
natural materials, right. Jerry and I pride ourselves in selecting materials and things, not only that go with the environment and the natural setting, but that work, that are durable.
The feeling I want to create, through the design process was really just a peacefulness, an escape, a retreat. I wanted to honor sort of that like 50s, 60s, 70s place that this community came from. Selecting the materials was such a combination of aesthetics. The cedar was written into the story as a part of the Pines community. And then you bring in a material like Cambria, which is quartz. It's a very real and artistic thing. So I was super excited to partner with Cambria on all the spaces. There was such an elegance and an underlying natural sensibility to the pieces we chose. The first thing you see when you walk through the front door is this beautiful architectural stair with sort of monolithic treads and an inset wall mirror, with a wonderfully mitered frame, and reveals that complement those are running around the base moldings and the door casings. In the front door, you make a right and you're in the big open great room space, the kitchen, living, dining. It's where TV happens, it's where the cooking happens, it's where the coffee's made. So in the kitchen, I really, because it's such an open space and because it's part of the great room, entertaining space, I wanted it to look like a kitchen, but I also didn't want it to be a statement kitchen. I really wanted it to sort of fall away and to blend. All the cabinetry is just an extension of the walls, and the planking of the cedar just comes straight down. The main floor, you have this beautiful guest room. It's all clad in cedar. There's a long ledge. It has sort of that open hotel-like, closet space. It's the idea of you're not really storing anything here. There's a place for your roller bag. The game changer moment in this house is the addition of the second floor, which is the entire space is a primary suite. And you come up the stairs, there's a skylight, it lifts you up into the space, you turn around and you're staring at the ocean. And one of the features that I love, sort of this ledge detail that creates the headboard of the bed, but we were able to cover the top of that with Cambria. The whole house is cedar, and I don't know how many times you've put a cup down on cedar, but it leaves a ring. So we knew that that ledge needed a durable surface. The bathroom space is great. One end of it is a beautiful rain shower and the Cambria Inverness frost, which I love so much because it has this natural textural quality to it. Pool is the hot spot. I think the pool deck is great. There's plenty of lounges and plenty of seating. There's a beautiful outdoor shower. I don't know, it's just, it moves well out there. It's so nice, and it's all, framed and encapsulated in a sort of a 7-foot cedar wall around it. So it's also very private, and you just enjoy it. One of the treats of this house, and it's really the purpose of doing the whole thing, was to have a roof deck. And so to be able to really look and have bird's eye view over the ocean, like 360 of the island. It's such a surprise to be up there. It is more magnificent than I expected. To be on that roof, it's incredible. I think building this house sort of reignited my romance with Fire Island. That honesty of material, that honesty of function, or just that honesty of being sexy. If you can zero in on the item, the moment, the space, and you can make sure that it's woven into a really tight authenticity, that is how you create something timeless. That idea of constantly looking back as a means of looking forward and celebrating those that have come before us to honor that nomenclature, that sensibility of time and place in this place.